Hey, y'all, Tex and Rax here, and we're going to be checking out something called Dutch Inventions You Never Knew Were Dutch. Um, Now, like I've said before, I've got a lot of new Dutch friends in our Discord, link down below. But yeah, and they're always they enjoy telling me all the things that their people have invented or given us, like over here in America. So this will be interesting. Maybe there's even some in here that they haven't mentioned to me. Let's go.
So we have this ongoing joke at the moment that my partner seems to think that nearly everything was created by Dutch people.
So she's Australian, huh? Okay.
And I looked into this because every time he has this ridiculous example of something that I use every single day,
Or is she Kiwi? I'd have to listen to more.
and he exclaims that, did you know that that was invented by a Dutch person? I doubt it every single time. And every single time I go to the internet, I find out that he's actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
So today I want to make a video about the crazy things that you probably use every single day that you had no idea were invented by the Dutch. Now, before we get into the list, I want to let you guys know that this video...
Yeah, I think she's from... Oh, it's the southern part of Australia, I think, because she's putting that on the end of things like no. She's saying no. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she's Australian.
Idea were invented by the Dutch. Now, before we get into the list, I want to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform for creatives. They have a range of classes on so many topics. I've been using Skillshare for such a long time now, and I always find relevant classes to help me kind of feel like I'm upskilling at work. I can take classes on design and copywriting and how to write better emails or how to set up different business strategies. The class I'm loving is telemessage. Always launching new Skillshare, and know that in my description. It's on my list is the telescope. Okay. The funny thing about the telescope is that basically 3 Dutch people applied for a patent for the technology all within a few weeks of each other. And 2 of them even came from the same village. So it's disputed whether the Dutch person who actually applied for the patent first was in fact the inventor, but nonetheless, the other 2 backups were also Dutch. So this was invented back in 1608, and the patent, well, the first guy to apply for one, was called Hans Lippershey. Is that how you pronounce his last name? And not that I use a telescope every single day, but it led to amazing technical advancements and even things like being able to map the stars. So I feel like the fact that it came from a Dutch person is kind of cool. The next thing...
So, fun story about telescopes. My cousin, he's an older cousin. How much older? I don't know, like 20 years at least. But he can actually build pretty much all of a telescope in his garage. He's built the machines and everything to melt the glass down into a big piece of glass. I mean, like this big. And then he's got the grinders that can do make the concave. It's like a diamond grinder, and he could make the surface of the mirror. It's amazing. All the stuff he has to actually make the lens. He's been his garage at the time. He's moved, so I don't know if he still has all this stuff set up. But at the time here in Austin, he actually had professors from the University of Texas come check out his garage just to see this stuff. Yeah, he's one smart dude.
On the list is also to do with looking in things. It is the microscope, and I had no idea that the microscope was also invented in the Netherlands, in Middelburg. Again, the credit for this one is kind of in dispute by the first 2 guys who were actually inventing a telescope, and whether one of them was actually kind of inventing that technology at the same time. But the guy that holds the real title for the microscope is Anton van Leeuwenhoek. And it was the first time that anyone could see anything up to 200 times its normal size, which was
Wow.
it blew everything out of the water that existed at that time. So the Dutch also had a really big role to play in the invention of the submarine. So the design of the submarine was actually attributed to an Englishman, but the Dutch physicist Cornelius Drebbel, he was responsible for inventing the first underwater movable vessel. And apparently it was made of wood, and the cover was just like greased up leather. And it had pipes that would bring water down from the surface, and it used oars and flaps for momentum, which just seems crazy to me. I don't think I would want to be one of the people that tested out how waterproof it was and test out how deep it could go when there was just greased up leather between you and the ocean. So he was actually working for the English Royal Navy when this all happened. So I guess that was that crossover between the submarine design and the Dutch kind of making that happen. Now, if
I'm just kind of curious, when does anybody have a year for that? I do know it's got to predate the American Civil War because I think it was the Confederacy had a submarine at one point, but it was much like that, just like men in a tube, like paddling around. I don't know. I certainly wouldn't want to be in that thing.
If you've ever had your eyes tested, I know I have, and I'm pretty sure they're almost the same globally, the eye tests that you have to do. The eye tests, yes, were invented by a Dutchie. So a Dutch inventor by the name of Herman Snellen is responsible for creating a series of letters that went from large to small, including a red and green stripe to test for color blindness. And he came up with this idea in 1862. So another contribution from a Dutch inventor that is now used globally.
Did they also invent like the machines that you test your eyes and stuff? I mean, they've already done the telescope and the microscope. Might as well. It seems like they do a lot of things with seeing in the eyes.
Now, something I didn't know was that Philips, the massive tech company who also makes appliances and household things, is Dutch, and I did not know this. And Philips is obviously responsible for developing a massive array of technology types. I know they're super invested in the health industry and making innovations there. But one of the biggest things that they helped develop and changed the way we consume content was the invention of CDs and DVDs. So the CDs and the DVDs, again, that are used globally and completely changed the way that we were able to share and listen to music and watch movies, was invented in Eindhoven. Like, how crazy is that? It just blows my mind. And some of these inventions are obviously the gateway to so many other innovations, like the microscope and everything that we've been able to learn about our own bodies and the world that we live in through a microscope is completely attributed to these Dutch inventors that did it first. So not only are these like these really key pivotal moments, these are gateways to future inventions. And I just, like, how did they get all of these Dutch inventors to be making all of this stuff? Like, it just... Ugh. Now, I didn't know this, and I have always wondered what the deal is with Fahrenheit. I don't get it. I'm Australian. We do not use it there. We use Celsius. I had no idea that Fahrenheit came from a Dutch person, which...
Stop. It's so American, yet it was invented by a Dutch person. That's
seems strange because you don't use it here anymore. It's really only used in America. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost positive that America is the only country left that still uses Fahrenheit. So the Dutch inventor was actually Polish born. So this is a little bit, is it really Dutch? I'm almost positive he grew up in the Netherlands, but was born in Poland. Daniel Fahrenheit, I believe is what it would kind of sound like in Dutch, is the inventor of the thermometer. So this was putting alcohol and mercury and measuring the temperature at which water boiled and at which water froze for the very first time. I don't know who invented Celsius, so if anyone knows that, please comment below. Was it another Dutch person? And if someone could tell me why you guys switched to Celsius then and didn't just keep on going with the the Fahrenheit system. That would also be really handy. So this next one is probably something that I use almost every single day. I have a pair of headphones and they are Bluetooth. Bluetooth was invented by a Dutchman while he was working at Ericsson.
I'm on Bluetooth right now.
Hartson thought of the idea of Bluetooth, so wirelessly connecting to another device. And at first I remember Bluetoothing ringtones to other friends while I was at high school. That was my first encounter with Bluetooth. And now it is syncing up devices all over our homes and with other devices internally. So every time I'm in a meeting and I've
Did that person also work for Philips?
got my headphones on, I have a Dutchman to thank for that. Now this one I didn't know either, and now that I have a child, I'm far more familiar with Dutch cartoons and Dutch characters, but Miffy, who I have grown up knowing, was actually Dutch, and she is called Nijntje, which is short for konijntje, which is a rabbit. So I think her name in Dutch makes way more sense than just Miffy, which makes no sense at all actually. But Dick Bruna is the man who thought about Miffy, Nijntje, and we have heaps of her books now in our house. I'm reading them to our daughter.
I honestly have nothing to say about this. I don't know the first thing about anything called Miffy.
But Miffy is a worldwide character, and there is millions and millions of books and toys and TV series and everything to do with Miffy. She is massive.
Never
Apparently
heard of it.
These picture books started when Dick Bruna would tell stories to his son about a rabbit that they used to see on holidays, and it just grew from there. So thanks again to the Dutchies for inventing something that was, you know, part of my childhood on the other side of the world. Dutchies have invented hundreds of things. This was a list of a few of my favorite things that I really saw a massive amount of value in and how they've changed the way that we live today. The Dutch are crazy innovative, and when I was researching this video, I came across a whole range of future technologies that they're looking into.
I'm guessing they kind of have to be innovative, you know, just based on like the topography of their country. You know, they had to be innovative just to survive and prosper. So yeah, it's not that surprising that they're innovative and can they come up with all these inventions. They also probably, going back to those times, probably had a lot of information conveyance, you know, through their navy, which was able to go all over the world and either bring back scientists and smart people or ideas and experiences and stuff. So I think that it's kind of almost like the it's like the internet, right? You got the information superhighway or whatever, and it lends itself to ideas passing quickly and freely, and it allows humans to come up with new things and invent. And maybe their navy and their sailing ships all over the world were kind of like the early internet, and it allowed ideas to flow.
They have definitely not stopped inventing. They are still going. If anyone wants to see a video about the future innovations that the Netherlands are leading the way in, please give this video a like. Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other crazy objects and things that you know were invented by Dutch people, I want to hear about them. So put them in the comments below as well. I would love to read through and find out some other things that I probably use every single day that were also invented by a Dutch person. I hope you like this video.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm definitely going to be linking this video down below in the description. This is Casey Kilmore, and y'all should definitely go check out her channel. This is my first time seeing anything from her, but it was very good, very well done. It looks like she's got a lot of other videos that would be interesting. So please go subscribe to her channel and watch her videos, and then let me know if there's something you want me to check out. Maybe I can react to something else if y'all think I should. Yeah, that was very, very cool. Like I said, not too surprising. I mean, it's such a small country and it doesn't have many people comparatively. but yet they come up with all these inventions. That is impressive. That part is impressive. Yeah, that was cool. So if you're Dutch and you want to hang out, check out the Discord down below. It's not strictly a Dutch Discord, but it seems like everybody who signs up is Dutch. So you'll find your countrymen and women, and you can say hello. And yeah, other than that, please like this video. Please subscribe, check out the playlists, and until next time, rock on.